Welcome, crypto family, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis along with a price target of $321,000 in play. Also, breaking news, Trump is forcing everyone to up their game, according to the Coinbase CEO, Brian Armstrong. Also, as Dylan LeClaire shared on Fox Business Live, there are rumors that several Middle Eastern countries have established significant Bitcoin stockpiles. Bitcoin game theory in full effect. Also, the Bitcoin banks are coming in the United States of America now that SAB 121 has been rescinded. We'll also be discussing the Bitcoin cheat code as the hash wars continue around the globe. We'll also be discussing NASDAQ seeks amendment to BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF for the in-kind redemptions, as well as MicroStrategy announces a debt buyback amid the potential tax on Bitcoin gains. They're seeking like 18-19 billion from the GigaChat. We'll also be discussing new strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. Ohio gains support from 6 co-sponsors. We'll also be discussing Ripple and XRP strategically undermining the U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve. Well, according to Jack Mallers, he says Ripple is actively lobbying to stop a Bitcoin strategic reserve in the U.S. while pushing their centralized corporate controlled token. All this plus so much more in today's show. If you're new to the channel, very important, smash the likes, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Turn on all notifications. Today is pod episode 1886. I'm your host, JV. It's Jan 25th, 2025. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. You should be able to see Coin 360 on your screen. Bitcoin correcting some, currently above 105.3. Ether, XRP in the bulk of the market also correcting and in the red. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. The current crypto market cap is $3.61 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap is just shy of $2.1 trillion and 94 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting pretty at 57.7% with Ether dominance at 11.2%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Rune up 33.3%. Jupe up 14%. Y'all remember that Cologne broskies Jupe back in the day? Litecoin up 6%. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the daily. Then we'll zoom in out on the monthly. And it's safe to say, wow, maybe 80-90% of the market corrective and in the red over green. And zooming out on the monthly, safe to say, and no, that's not Nippinator barking. Those are the neighbor dogs. Nip is always a gentleman. I mean, he's the new chairman of the SEC, for Christ's sake. But here, maybe 60-40, red over green, but the ones in the green have pretty impressive gains for the month. And checking out the crypto greed and fair index. We're currently at 75 greed, yesterday 75, last week at 77 extreme, and last month at 79. And there you have it, yo. And checking out the time chain calendar. We're currently on block number 880,786, 169,000 blocks to go into the next halving in 2028. And you currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 951 sats. So stack the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my boy Sergio at bitcoincaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know. Welcome, everybody. Let's kick it off with our astrology for the broskies, as we do each and every day. Analyst here says 321,000 this cycle. I'd say why so bearish, but nonetheless, I'll pull up some of the live charts, but let's just go over some of this. In a Substack post, Tony Severino, sounds like a paisano, predicted that the Bitcoin price could rally as high as 321 this particular bull. This came as the analyst highlighted the potential head and shoulders pattern that had formed on the Bitcoin chart. The analysts claim that if the bullish pattern was valid, it projects a maximum target of 321 per biddy. He also admitted that this price target for Bitcoin price is too high, but remarked it's the math. Increasingly, or interestingly, the crypto analyst went on to give a higher price prediction for the biddy based on another bullish pattern. According to him, Bitcoin could reach 345,000 if it touches the upper boundary of the primary uptrend channel over the last 8 years, or thereabouts. And here's the chart you can see. Meanwhile, he also provided more conservative target for the biddy. The analysts predicted Bitcoin could be touching at least 158,000. This came as he noted that the 2021 cycle peak, the inverse Fibonacci extension, could project the 2025 cycle peak. And if so, he stated that this peak inverse fib extension is located amongst the lowest estimates for Bitcoin at 158 Gs. There's other targets according to the Fibonacci 1.618 sitting at a potential target of 194,000. So there's price targets all over the place, but we're going to actually pull up some of the live charts here via Coinbase, via TradingView. You should be able to see on your screen. Also in the comments, let me know where you feel Pretty Little Bitty will likely go for a cycle peak this year in 2025. My personal projection, bullish scenario, 1.1 mil. Base case, because I'm base for the broskies, 420. You guys let me know. But anyways, here's some of the live chart action, Jackson. Here's a 10-second chart, so we got to zoom this mofo out. Just give me a second. We'll go to the 1 hour and start from there and work our way backwards. So yeah, here's a 1 hour chart. There's a rising wedge formation sensation. We do have a blue target sitting pretty, just shy of 118 Gs, baby. First you get the biddies, then you run the cities. It's biddies over. You already know the biddy's the king, no diddy. And zooming out from the 1 hour, we check out the 4 hour. And the 4 hour shows us some different targets as well. You got a beautiful orange target sitting at 130 Gs, which recently formed just a couple of days ago on the 4 hour chart, one of my faves. So very bullish. And checking out the daily, you can see rising wedge formation. We had a few corrective red days of the past week, but overall we're continuing the momentum as we continue to Trump pump. Current all-time high is 109.3, so 110 takes us to price discovery, broskies. And zooming out from the daily, let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly chart says it's going up forever, Laura. Yes, right. We're forming a nice green candle. Tomorrow we get to close at around 6 p.m. Last week was a green candle close. Then the prior week was a little itty-bitty red corrective. But you can see the overall formation since the Trump inauguration has been extremely bullish in the markets. And zooming out from the weekly, take a quick look at the monthly. And the monthly says we're forming a green. We got virtually a week left until the end of the month. December was itty-bitty corrective red, and November the biggest green candle we have seen. Close to 30 Gs of fiat price appreciation within 30 days. That's an average of 1,000 a day. So there you go, crypto bros. All right, let's discuss the latest with Trump and the rest of the world having to up their game. According to the CEO of what's it called? Coinbase, the largest crypto exchange in the United States. As you can see here, Trump is forcing everyone to step up their game. That's right. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says that Trump's plans for crypto are now dominating conversations, not only amongst crypto industry executives, but also across the broader financial markets. Quoting him here, everyone, basically, a conversation I had with major market leaders was focused on that Trump admin plan to do on crypto. He shared on an X post just yesterday, actually, reflecting on his time at the World Economic Forum in Davos, which wrapped up its 4-day conference, January 24th. Quoting him here, President Trump is forcing everyone to up their game. Well, pump it up. Trump, pump it up. Armstrong said everyone is intrigued to know how they can avoid being left behind. It comes after Trump pledged to make the U.S. the world capital of AI and crypto at the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum. Let me know if you saw some of that speech, which was one of his first public appearances since taking office, Jan 20th. Armstrong said that along with Trump, Argentina's president, Javier Milei, and El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, understand that the free markets are catalysts for prosperity. Socialism is on its way out, he said. Armstrong cited the strategic Bitcoin reserve as an example of one of Trump's speculated plans. However, Trump's latest executive order to form a working group on digital asset markets has sparked speculation that other cryptos might also be under consideration. And while Bitcoin investors were hoping for a Bitcoin reserve specific order, the order said it would be evaluating the creation of a strategic national digital assets stockpile, which implies not only Bitcoin, but other crypto assets. Meanwhile, Armstrong said the financial institutions, such as the banks, the asset managers, and payment services firms, made clear they're all accelerating investments into crypto. As he shares here, there are going to be more players and competition than ever in crypto, and we welcome it all. We need crypto to update the entire global financial system to bring these benefits to everyone. And at that time, other traditional finance executives expressed interest in Bitcoin at the World Economic Forum, but said that from a regulatory standpoint, not much has changed regarding the limitations banks face in using Bitcoin. Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon said at the moment, from a regulatory perspective, we can't own, we can't principal, we can't be involved with Bitcoin at all. Well, all that just changed with the SAB 121 being rescinded. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. But first, a big quote from Dylan LeClaire. He was just on Fox Business. There are rumors that several Middle Eastern countries have established significant Bitcoin stockpiles. Don't forget where you heard it from first. I've been reporting on this at least for the past year, and I got it directly from the man himself, the OG, Max Kaiser. As you can see here, Saylor tweeted, SAB 121 has been rescinded, allowing banks the custody to Biddy. Bitcoin banks are coming to the United States of America. Can I get an amen? And also, if you want to know the cheat code, Max Kaiser wrote here, hey, Russia, Trump's a shitcoiner. Announce a Bitcoin strategic reserve for Russia. No shitcoins. And you will jump ahead of the U.S. in the global hash war as Bitcoin game theory continues in full effect. I also made a recent poll, most trustworthy president. Let's get a refresh for the current results. Here's what you guys have to say. And again, this is according to you. 54.6% voted Bukele, 22.7% voted Trump, 5% voted Malay, and 17.6% none of the above. And quoting the high priest here, by law, only Bitcoin is allowed to be held as a strategic reserve in El Salvador. All altcoins, like fiat money, are backed by violence and scams. Bitcoin is backed by peace. Bitcoin because buck the banks. And there you have it, crypto bros. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Let's discuss the Bitcoin ETF, shall we? And yeah, you should be able to see on your screen. NASDAQ seeks amendment to BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF for the in-kind redemptions. They submitted a filing on behalf of asset manager BlackRock, the largest in the world, seeking a rule change to permit the in-kind creation and redemption for the spot Bitcoin ETF. Bloomberg analyst James Safehart, can you say fart, said on a post on X, BlackRock should have been allowed to do this from the get-go. When the BlackRock iShares Bitcoin Trust IBIT launched alongside the other top 10 U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs, that was back on January 11th, 2024. It's been a year. On the same day as the filing, 6 more crypto ETF apps were also filed in the U.S. because BlackRock gets what BlackRock wants. NASDAQ proposed to allow for the in-kind transfers of the trust Bitcoin. As per the filing Jan 24th with the U.S. SEC, the filing stated authorized participants, institutions that facilitate the creation and redemption of the fund shares would be able to use either cash or Bitcoin to create shares or receive cash or Bitcoin when redeeming the shares. This model is more efficient for the ETFs as it avoids bid-ask spreads and broker commissions from selling the basket to raise the cash for issuing shares. However, cash provides more flexibility for the fund participants. Now, synonymous crypto analyst Marty Party shared on X, this means more transparency and on-chain record of flows. So definitely a step in the right direction. However, individual investors won't have access to the in-kind creation and redemption model and will need to stick with the cash model. Individuals won't be able to do the in-kind creations and redemptions, according to Safehart himself. Meanwhile, BitSeeker consulting chief Chris Terry emphasized on a post the confusion many have had, thinking this means individuals can now deposit and redeem Bitcoin. He said that this is not the case, as it primarily benefits authorized participants and helps maintain the liquidity of the ETF. And Safehart says what it means is that the ETF should trade even more efficiently than they already do, theoretically, because things can be streamlined. He said one of the main benefits is that there's less steps and less parties involved. Terry said in-kind redemptions also play a pivotal role for the tax efficiency of the ETFs. By allowing the exchange of shares for underlying assets, ETFs can minimize capital gains distributions, which can benefit investors holding shares in the fund. The IBIT is the largest spot Bitcoin ETF in the U.S. by inflows, having clocked almost $40 billion worth of inflows in one motherfucking year since launching in January 11th, that was of last year. Meanwhile, on the same day the NASDAQ filing, European investment firm CoinShares filed for both the Litecoin ETF and XRP ETF. Meanwhile, asset manager Grayscale submitted filings to convert the Solana and Litecoin trusts into ETFs and also filed for a Bitcoin adopters ETF and an Ethereum premium income ETF. So ETFs galore, family, most likely coming here this year, 2025. But let me know your thoughts on all of that. Let's discuss our next story of the day. And let me make sure I got my camera settings properly here.
They had a yearning for victory through the earning. They had tickets for an outer space flight.
Better. I wasn't even on widescreen. What's going on? JV, you're slipping.
Launching from a VIP dragon only rocket station, prep for feeling a Milky Way high kind of delight, doing the young moon, just a pit stop, but they
all right, I think I got it now. Cool. All right, next story of the day, fam. MicroStrategy announced the debt buyback amid potential tax on the Bitcoin gains. Remember yesterday's story? We discussed a report that said Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy may be liable to pay like $19 billion in unrealized capital gains tax, which is mind-boggling. Well, here's another interesting story, so let's dive right into it. MicroStrategy has issued a redemption notice for its 2027 convertible senior note tranche valued at just above $1 billion and would settle all conversion requests for the note offering. And according to the January 24th announcement, note holders have until Feb 24th to redeem their securities at 100% of the principal amount or convert each 1,000 block of notes to the Class A MicroStrategy stock at roughly $142 per share. The company's announcement came amid the reports of the potential tax bill and the $19 billion in unrealized capital gains due to the corporate alternative minimum tax stipulated in the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. News of the redemption notice received mixed reactions from market participants who were simultaneously engaged in an online debate about the unrealized capital gains tax on digital assets. Now, digital assets are particularly sensitive to unrealized capital gains tax due to the high volatility inherent to the crypto markets. Taxing unrealized capital gains not only discourages investments, 100%, but could spell trouble for companies like MicroStrategy that have adopted a Bitcoin treasury strategy to preserve the purchasing power. Jan 2nd, Coinbase and MicroStrategy sent a letter to the U.S. IRS opposing the corporate alternative minimum tax. That's right, quoting them here from the letter, the unforeseen combination of the CAMT and a newly promulgated accounted standard are creating unjust and unintended tax consequences. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings surpassed 450,000 BITI January. Good Lord, making it the largest corporate holder of the asset in the world. And according to the Saylor Tracker site, as you can see on your screen, MicroStrategy currently holds 461,000 BITI, valued approximately at $49 billion and is up nearly 68% on its investment. The company's most recent Bitcoin purchase was announced Jan 21st, adding an additional 11,000 Bitcoin. What a divine number. On the balance sheet, which is the largest acquisition thus far this year for the company. Now, David Cross, a finance professor of Marquette University, recently shared Saylor's Bitcoin acquisition strategy could erode shareholder equity. The professor warned that sudden sharp drops of the price of the BITI could compromise MicroStrategy's ability to pay back the creditors and may even lead to a bankruptcy. That might just be nothing more than FUD. I mean, at the end of the day, are we going to listen to what a professor at a school is teaching? Or are we going to listen to the billionaire himself and the other OGs that are actually Bitcoiners versus these random professors that think they know everything in the world and love to give financial advice? But what do I know? I'm just a streamer at the end of the day. Here we go. Here's the latest from Ohio. Headline reads, New Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill. Ohio gains support from 6 co-sponsors. That's right. In a significant development amid the evolving regulatory landscape in the U.S., Ohio has introduced a bill aimed at establishing a strategic Bitcoin Reserve, spearheaded by the majority whip Steve Demetriou. Supported by 6 co-sponsors, legislation seeks to enhance the state's treasury reserve by allowing the allocation of the funds into the BITI. The bill proposes Ohio can invest up to 10% of the general fund, budget stabilization fund, and the prize trust fund into the BITI. This move is seen as a proactive response to rising inflation and a need for the innovative financial strategies. Market expert Dennis Porter, founder of the Satoshi Action Fund, expressed strong support for the bill, highlighting its potential to safeguard Ohio residents' tax dollars. That's right. Key features of the proposal legislation include robust custody solutions that mandate either self-custody or the use of a qualified custodian, ensuring the security of the state's investments. The bill adopts a technology-neutral stance by referring to digital assets, thereby minimizing political friction and facilitating quicker action to protect the purchasing power of the state funds. Notably, the proposal stimulates that only Bitcoin qualifies for the reserve, requiring a market cap of $750 billion billion and an average valuation over the preceding 12 months, thereby imposing stringent qualifications. He also emphasized the importance of this initiative, stating the following: proud to have introduced a bill that will protect Ohio residents' tax dollars by allowing an option to invest in a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We can hedge against inflation and keep Ohio on the cutting edge of monetary and technological innovation. Now, for Trump's executive order, this legislative effort coincides with the broader push for crypto acceptance at the federal level. Recently, President Trump issued a comprehensive executive order focused on the protection and promoting of digital assets. The order aims to ensure that banking services remain accessible to crypto companies, countering claims that regulators have pressured the banks to sever the ties with these businesses. We all know the SAB 121 been rescinded, so now they can literally custody the Bitcoin, which means Bitcoin banks are coming here in the U.S. Moreover, the executive order banning the creation of CBDCs, which is a pretty big deal, so you got to show Trump some respect for that. But anyways, there you have it. That's the latest. We have been covering that, big news this week since he started signing all these executive orders. Ultimately, he banned CBDCs, which are central bank digital currencies. And ironic enough, that's what the XRP technology is for, to usher in the CBDCs. So this all comes full circle with our next story. Now for our feature story of the day: are Ripple and XRP really undermining the U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve? Well, according to Strike CEO Jack Mallers, that's precisely what they're doing. He had a very powerful video he released the other day. It's 5 minutes, 38 seconds. It already got 3.5 million views. It's gaining a lot of support. And quoting him here: emergency press conference, Ripple is undermining American prosperity, freedom, and Bitcoin. Ripple is actively lobbying to stop the Bitcoin strategic reserve in the U.S. Ultimately, he breaks down how they're using millions and millions of dollars to undermine this movement while pushing their centralized corporate controlled token. We will not stand for it. And there's a very passionate speech given by the Strike CEO, probably one of the best speakers in Bitcoin. If you haven't watched this, I highly recommend you do so. And there's a tweet here from Jameson Lopp, another Bitcoin OG. There is Bitcoin, and then there is crypto, and then there is Ripple. Ripple has attacked Bitcoin at a level rivaled only by the BSV lawsuits. The Satoshi vision with the fake Toshi, Craig Wright. Ripple explicitly wants to power the CBDCs, which is precisely what their technology does. They have always been focused on servicing banks. It's a banker coin. Few projects are as anti-ethical to Bitcoin. So there you have it. I mean, obviously, Bitcoiners, especially the purists, view XRP as an enemy of the Bitcoin, and now there is evidence, according to Jack Mallers, of them literally investing millions of dollars to try to destroy this initiative for us Bitcoiners. But anyways, let's dive a little deeper. The crypto community is divided on the issue of a national crypto stockpile. I believe when Trump gave the announcement in Nashville, he specifically said Bitcoin stockpile, and now it converted to the crypto stockpile, which insinuates more coins than just Bitcoin. So top Bitcoin maxis are alleging Ripple is now undermining an exclusive U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve. And you guys got to hear the heated argument from Jack Mallers if you haven't heard it, quoting him here. Ripple is undermining American prosperity, freedom, and Bitcoin. Ripple is actively lobbying to stop the Bitcoin strategic reserve of the U.S. while pushing their centralized corporate control token. We will not stand for it. And for perspective, Trump issued the crypto executive order to set up a national digital asset stockpile and also drive digital financial innovation here in the United States. This could be likely within 180 days, which is 6 months after the mandated working group finalizes the legislative framework. And by extension, the update confirmed the initial speculation that entailed the potential creation of a made in USA crypto reserve, including XRP, HBAR, Solana, Cardano, etc. However, key players' diverse positions on this issue have become evident, going by the barbs being traded online. Here, it's worth pointing out that Ripple, Kraken, and Circle have been vying for a seat within the yet-to-be-formed President Trump Crypto Council, the key coordinating group for the crypto policy. However, the allegations go beyond that. One user claimed that unlike gold and Bitcoin, which are scarce and not centralized, XRP supply is primarily controlled by Ripple and doesn't fit the criteria for a reserve asset, quoting them here. XRP don't fully meet those criteria due to the strong association with Ripple and the company's control over the large portion of its supply. Bitcoin and gold don't have a CEO or a marketing team lobbying for it. And for his part, Ryan Selkis, founder of Masari, blasted Ripple's leadership for supporting Democratic senators in the last election. This, despite the infamous enforcement actions from the previous Democratic-led SEC, quoting him here, the reason Fair Shake PAC donated to Senate Dems that hate us have to do with two people, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Lehane, who Brian Armstrong won't remove from the board. I also like to point out this. Chris Larson, one of Ripple's founders, donated $10 million to Kamala Harris's campaign. Can't make this shit up, bitty broskies. No Ripple executive had commented on the allegations at the press time, probably won't. That being said, longtime Bitcoin critic Peter Schiffmeister downplayed the call for the exclusive SPR, stating that it would not solve the U.S. fiscal deficits, quoting the Schiffmeister himself. The government wasting taxpayer money buying Bitcoin only benefits Bitcoin owners who sell their tokens to the government at the expense of everyone else. It's an inflationary policy that will lower the living standards, and you already know anything Schiffmeister says, take with a grain of salt. But Jack Mallers responded to the Schiffmeister. Bitcoin isn't a bailout. It's an open, neutral monetary system accessible to everyone. A Bitcoin strategic reserve wouldn't require taxpayer money. It's about reallocating existing resources into the deflationary asset that strengthens our reserves. As I explained in the video, Bitcoin benefits the public, not corporations, governments, or special groups. If it hasn't benefited you yet, that's because you have chosen to incorrectly ignore it. That's not Bitcoin's fault. That's on you, my friend. Very powerful words coming from Maulers. But there you have it, crypto bros. Let me know your thoughts on that. XRP and Ripple, enemy of Bitcoin. How do you think that will play out? Do you think Trump will establish the Bitcoin stockpile, or will it be a collective crypto stockpile and include XRP, which is clearly centralized, and it's ran by a private corporation? Let me know your thoughts, crypto fam, and welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream.
Vibing in the tropics, the air's so sweet. Swaying to the rhythm with the Bitcoin beat. JV's on the court, he's calling the plays. Me and Serge ballin', winning all day. Starlit skies, strawberry moon, dancing to the whispers of a bitty tune. Thirsty under a Puerto Rican hunger moon.
Libra scales tip to Aquarius charm. It's Bitcoin astrology, we're disarmed. Manifesting lasting connections on this golden shore, this legendary perfection. So good we're craving more.
Give me more.
Coconuts crack, the fire pit's dragging. Flame lit, Spinderella spins and the fam's feeling.
Hot dealers unite, Puerto Rican delight. This is our night, keeping it tight.
Puerto Rico nights under Satoshi skies. Just try to stop this good time.
It's the number 11, won't you come with me to the party, I mean.
No bad wolf's gonna try, but bitty wolves
You can't deny.
from Bitcoin live streams to juicy by the sea wet dreams.
Strawberry juicy,
Sexy vacation. It's an
sexcation.
oceanfront kind of ecstasy. It's a 100K moist bitty dream.
Puerto Rico, Bitcoin doing.
This feels right, no ditty. It feels tight, so drippy. I wanna hear you cry out my name. I wanna make you feel the bang bang.
Ding dong on my door. Watch how I answer, I wanna soar.
Puerto Rico nights under Satoshi skies. Just try to stop this good time. No bad wolf's gonna try, but bitty wolves
You can't deny.
from Bitcoin live streams to juicy by the sea wet dreams.
Strawberry juicy,
This sexy vacation. It's
sexcation.
an oceanfront kind of ecstasy. It's a 100K moist bitty dream.
Tell me more, boss man. My bitty king turns me on. Serving Bitcoin. We're rebels, we're dreamers, we're the Bitcoin tribe. Living for the moment, I'm riding the rocket, living the bitty vibe. Bitty
fam, Biddy fam.
Bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty.
Stacked revolutionary love shack, boo. Stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the bitty like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the bitty like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Going, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bruh? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key. Stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies. Raising up the biddy like Gohan. Living in a huddle house, we're not the pawns.
Going, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, biddy kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come. Playing chess moves, checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador. Freedom flows, IMF can't hold us no more.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Stacking BTC on Lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC, accumulating stats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no casualties of galaxies around Earth fallacies. Stacking BTC on a flat Earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC cause Bitcoin is your majesty.
Going, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
There you go. Let me know what you think of the two new music videos. And shout out to Chandy for producing both of those tracks. The 100K Bitcoin Fiesta Jam, she wrote that 100% on her own. She produced it and did all the incredible visuals. One of my favorite videos, hands down. And the Max and Stacy track, that was a collaboration. She came up with the hooks, you know, the production and all that. And we co-wrote that one together, and one of my favorite songs of all time.